And sure, you might have to allocate a little less time, energy, or resources to some of those other areas in order to shift it into this area because we are limited in what resources are available to us. It is a fact of life. Although I suppose some people could argue that with me as well. You're listening to The Creative Imposter, episode number 80. Welcome to The Creative Imposter. I'm Andrea Klunder, and today I have a shorty for you. In fact, I literally have given myself 15 minutes to record this episode, and as you know, I have trouble being that short-winded. So let's see if we can do it. All right. Recently, it has come to my attention that I have been trying to change everything all at once. The health crisis that I've experienced this year with surgery and recovery has set me on a trajectory where I am fully aware of all of the things in my life that I'm not 100% happy with, all of the things in my life that I wish were better, and all of the things in my life that I have felt like I could always do someday in the future. And I'm realizing that, well, though I've heard it said many, many times, and I know it's true, the future is not guaranteed. We are not promised tomorrow. And so I want to make changes to my home environment, and I want to improve my financial situation, and I want to make changes to the way that I approach my career and work, and I want to make changes to my romantic relationship with my partner, and I want to make changes to the ways that I do or do not spend time with my family. And I want to make changes to the amount of time that I spend with my friends. And I want to give back more. And I want to make changes to my podcasts. And I want to travel more. And I want to take better care of myself and become more consistent again with my yoga and meditation practice than I have recently. All of these things at once. And I think it is a normal reaction to a major event in your life to want to make all of these changes at once. And you know what? I think it is also impossible. It's like pure insanity. And so, recently I was reminded of this tool that I originally learned about from Katie Flatto, who has been on this podcast before talking about life coaching. And I will link to that interview with Katie in the show notes for this episode. Show notes can be found in the description of this podcast episode in your app and at thecreativeimposter.com/080 for episode 80. So this tool that I learned about from Katie, and it is not her tool, it is something that gets used in the coaching and personal development space, and I honestly don't even know where it came from. If you do, I'd love for you to clue me in. Send me an email, andrea@thecreativeimposter.com, or share it on Instagram and tag me at Andrea Klunder. The wheel of life is a chart in the shape of a wheel, or a circle, or a flower, or anything else you can think of that could potentially be round. And it's segmented into different sections or pie pieces or petals. And each section has a category. And that category is one aspect of your life which holds some kind of value and meaning for you. And the wheel rolls best when all of those areas of your life that you have designated are in sync with each other, that you have a general level of satisfaction in all the areas of your life. But if one of them is out of sync, meaning if you have a higher level of dissatisfaction with that area, it can cause the wheel to get a little wonky and not quite roll as smoothly. And I think that obviously it is unusual that we are generally happy with everything in our lives. I mean, right? That is unusual. And so the way that you can use the wheel of life is to label those different sections with categories. And the categories can vary depending on what's important to you and how you want to prioritize them. In fact, the number of categories that you can have varies. Typically, I've seen it with 8 different categories, and I kind of find this insufficient. But the categories could be areas like money and finances, or career and work, or volunteering and giving back, or family, or social, or creativity, or romance. There's no right or wrong way to pick your categories. It's just a matter of choosing them and figuring out how they all fit together to make one cohesive, happy life package. Then you look at each category and rank, often on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being at the center of the wheel and 10 being all the way to the outer rim, how satisfied you are with that area of your life. Then you focus in on one, possibly two, but generally one area of the life that has the lowest satisfaction level. And look at how can I focus on improving my overall happiness and satisfaction with this area of my life. This can be hard because sometimes it feels like you are now neglecting those other areas of your life, and that is not the intention. The intention is just simply to shine a spotlight, put some focus, and put a little extra energy behind that which is bothering you. And then when that starts to improve, hopefully it starts to lift the overall satisfaction level in other areas of the wheel as well, rather than lifting that category up to the detriment of the other areas. And sure, you might have to allocate a little less time, energy, or resources to some of those other areas in order to shift it into this area because we are limited in what resources are available to us. It is a fact of life. Although I suppose some people could argue that with me as well. But then you start to focus on what are the things that I can do? What are the things that I can control to improve my level of satisfaction with this specific area? So it's an interesting concept, and it's something that I wanted to revisit because of this desire for me to try to change everything all at once, which is leaving me feeling ineffective, exhausted, overwhelmed, and not really making any progress on what it is that I want to be improving. I'll be linking to this tool in the show notes for this episode, of course, and also to the Creative Imposter group on Facebook, because we're going to be exploring this idea of the Wheel of Life on what I'm calling Mission Mondays in that group. So the Creative Imposter group is for you, really, if you're listening to this podcast and you happen to be on Facebook. It's a place designed for social support for creative individuals. So I think you qualify. So you can go ahead and request to join if you're not already there. Answer a couple questions so I know you're you and not a spam bot. No spam bots allowed. And every Monday there will be a post from our community manager, Terry. It is called Mission Monday. This post will have a Wheel of Life image. You can use the categories that are there on that flower-shaped image or pick your own. Doesn't really matter to me. But I would love, 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 love for you to share there one area of your wheel that you are focused on for the week, that you have a mission in that area, and what one thing you're going to do that week is to improve your overall satisfaction in that one area. By you focusing and sharing that focus with me, it's going to help me focus. So that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope that you'll join me over in the Creative Imposter Facebook group if you haven't already. And once you're there, I hope that you will participate in Mission Monday. This starts the first Monday in August and will go every Monday until we don't want to do it anymore. This episode was mixed by Edwin Ruiz at Mondo Machine. Our theme music is by Jovia Armstrong. I want to thank you so much for listening. Oh, and hey, are you a podcaster? Do you feel like you want to get some more podcasting insight, tools, resources, information, connections from the female perspective? She Podcasts Live is the conference for you. It is the first ever She Podcasts Live conference coming up in Atlanta, Georgia, October 11 through 13, 2019. And I will be co-facilitating a workshop on how to use your voice. I'd love to see you there, and I've linked it in the show notes for this episode. That is an affiliate link, and so if you do end up purchasing a ticket for She Podcasts Live, 1, let me know so that we can meet up during the conference, and 2, a portion of your purchase will be directly supporting the Creative Imposter Studios, and I will be so grateful for that support. This week, I am wishing you focus. Focus on your mission. 1 mission, not 8. Not 10, not infinity missions. 1. I am wishing you focus, I am wishing you progress, and I am wishing you greater satisfaction.